This is your absolutely complete guide to applying for a Thai e-visa after July 1st, 2022. As of that date, there's no longer a requirement to apply for a Thailand pass, obtain COVID insurance, or stay at an SHA Plus approved hotel. This makes the process of applying for a visa easier than it's ever been. Hi. This video is a comprehensive guide to filling out the online e-visa form for a Thai 2-month TR tourist visa that's extendable for another month. There are a lot of pitfalls in filling out this online application. I've experienced them and you can benefit from my experience. In any case, I wish you good luck with your application and have a great trip to Thailand. Type in Thai e-visa .go.th. The first thing you'll see is a pop-up with 3 notices. The first notice indicates that it's no longer necessary to book at an alternate state quarantine or ASQ hotel. There are no longer any restrictions on your hotel. The second notice applies only to people who are coming to Thailand on a medical visa. The third notice indicates that it's no longer necessary for you to physically mail your passport to the consulate and have them mail it back. Instead, when your visa is approved, you'll get an email notification that you can present when you arrive in Thailand. Now click on Acknowledge to dismiss the pop-up. Click on Create Account unless you already have an account. Now you're at the Create Account panel. Make sure that Individual is selected. Type in your first name, family name or last name, your country. If you type in the first few letters, a pull-down will appear, making the selection easier. Type in your phone number, making sure to click on the flag corresponding to your country code. Type in your email address. Type in a password, following the rules that are shown. Retype the password to confirm it. The password rules are shown here. Type in the CAPTCHA challenge. If you have difficulty reading it, you can get another by clicking on the circular arrow to the right. Now click Create Account. If you forget to click on the terms and policies I did here, you'll be reminded. You'll see the notice again and dismiss it. Now you can sign in. Provide the email that you created for the account, type in the password, and complete the CAPTCHA challenge. Now you've reached the dashboard, where you can click on Apply for New Visa. The first section of the application is called Check Your Eligibility. For Travel Document Holder of, fill in the country that issued your passport. In my case, it's the United States. If you type in the first few letters, you'll get a pull-down that allows you to type in the country name more easily. For the second question, permanent residency, current location, use your permanent residency. In my case, it's the United States. For Submit To, choose the appropriate consulate listed in the pull-down. In the U.S., there are 4 consulates, but you must choose a consulate that corresponds to where you reside in the U.S. You'll be asked to prove where you reside later in the application. Here's a map showing which consulate to use depending on the state in which you reside. If you apply to the wrong consulate, your application will be rejected and you'll lose your application fee. I'll put a link to this map in the description. The next section is Purpose of Visit. My passport type is an ordinary passport. That will be the case for most of you, I think. My purpose of visit is tourism, leisure activities. Again, I think that's the most common thing to enter. Based on my purpose of visit, visa type is filled out for me in the application as a tourist visa. Now I can choose the number of entries, and this is a significant choice. If you're visiting Thailand for less than 3 months, and you're not planning on visiting any other countries during those 3 months, then the simplest and cheapest thing to do is to get a single entry visa. This will cost you $40. I chose a multi-entry visa for $200. The multi-entry visa allows you to leave and re-enter Thailand during the 6-month period of the visa. If you re-enter Thailand just before the 6-month expiration of the visa, you get 2 additional months that can be extended by a 3rd month. So with the multi-entry visa, it's actually possible to remain in Thailand for almost 9 months, leaving and re-entering the country. I've done this a number of times and it works very well. Click Next, and now you're at the Applicant Information section. Here, you'll upload the biodata page of your passport. That's the page that has your picture and personal information. I used my iPhone to take a picture of the page, and I uploaded it to my laptop. The picture must be JPEG and no more than 3 megabytes. If you're on a Mac, you can use Preview to adjust the file size and the file type. Then you can either drag and drop the JPEG, or you can browse for it. I won't do that here because I don't want to display the information page of my passport. On the right-hand side of the page, you're going to upload a passport-style photo. Again, I took the photo using my iPhone against a white background. Click on Download Example Photograph to see the do's and don'ts of taking these pictures. Again, you can drag and drop or browse for the uploaded file. You'll see a message if there's a problem with the photo. If you get a pop-up, keep in mind that it's just a warning. Look for the problem described by the pop-up, but if you don't find a problem and the picture looks okay, you can go ahead and submit it. Hope the video has been useful so far. We're going to pause for a brief advertisement. I'm going to suggest that you buy one of the books that I've written. Links to Amazon and Audible are below if you'd like to order them. Vientiane Affair is a political thriller set in 1961 in Laos, at the very beginning of the CIA's secret war in that country. Fred Jenkins, an aid worker, is found floating in the Mekong. Jenkins' friend, Jack Gold, who works for the CIA, has no idea why anybody would kill Fred Jenkins. It's not really his job to get involved, but Jenkins was a friend. Right around the same time, a flaming redhead, Janet McCann, arrives at the embassy. Jack Gold is interested. Anyway, I hope you'll go on this beer-soaked adventure. There's plenty of action, sex, history, politics, murder, and espionage. So I hope you'll read it. Personally, I recommend listening to the audiobook. Anyway, have a look at the links down below, and if you enjoyed this video, why don't you consider ordering one of my books? Okay, back to the video. Type in your title, Mr., Mrs., Ms., and the gender will be filled in automatically. Type in your first name. Supply your middle name if it appears on your passport. Type in your family name or last name. Type in any other name you've had in the past. I don't have one. Type in your full name in your native alphabet. English is my native alphabet, so I'll leave this blank. I type in my telephone number, my email. Type in your country of nationality or citizenship. Indicate whether you hold any other nationality or citizenship other than the one you just typed in above. I don't. The U.S. was my country of nationality at birth. My place of birth is the United States. My city of birth was New York City. Type in your date of birth. Notice what happened here. I typed in 5 May 1953, but when I hit enter, it put in today's date without an error message. You're required to type in the leading 0, so it should have been 05 May 1953. So be careful if you're going to type in the date that after you hit enter, it actually shows the correct date. My marital status is single. The type of travel document is a passport. I type in the 9-digit U.S. passport number. The place of issue is the United States. I type in the date of issue and the date of expiration. Type in your home address, your city, and your country. Indicate whether your permanent address is the same as your current address. In my case, it is. I'm retired, and I indicated my annual income. Now, click Save, and it's a good idea to click Save often. Now you can select Next. You've already uploaded the first two documents, the biodata page of your passport and a passport-style photograph. For the third item, the declaration, click on Download Declaration in blue. You can use your PDF editor, if you have one, to fill in your name, signature, and date. I just used Preview on my Mac to fill in this information and save the document. Now you can drag and drop the declaration that you just filled out, or you can browse for it in order to upload it. If you want to check the document that you've uploaded, you can click on the blue icon of a page that appears on the right side of each item. You'll get a pop-up that shows what you've uploaded. Note that there's apparently a bug that prevents you from doing this with items 9 and 10. I tried different browsers, but I couldn't get this to work. You'll see also that there's an icon of a yellow pen just to the right of the page icon. You can click on that if you want to replace the document that you uploaded with a different document. I generally apply for a multi-entry visa, so I never notice that there's actually a difference between items 4 through 7 for the multi-entry visa and items 4 through 7 in the single-entry visa. I'll go over these items first for the multi-entry visa that I applied for, and then I'll go over these items 4 through 7 for the single-entry visa that many of you will be applying for. It's worth listening to the multi-entry visa discussion even if you're applying for single-entry visa, as there are many issues that are common to both, and I'll discuss them in detail. Item 4 for the multi-entry visa is confusing. They want you to upload a residence permit in a country in which the visa application is submitted, in case that applicant is not a national of the country in which the visa application is submitted. Well, I am a national of the country in which my visa application is submitted, the U.S. So I shouldn't have to upload anything, but you're required to upload something for each of these items in order to submit the application. U.S. citizens generally don't have residence permits, so I uploaded a picture of my New York State driver's license, along with a note saying that I am a resident of the country in which my visa application is submitted. My note was probably unnecessary, and the driver's license was accepted. If you want to provide an explanation with an item that you upload, you can put a physical note next to that item when you photograph it, or you can put the item into a Word file or Pages file, write the note, and then print the file to a PDF. Then upload the file as usual. For item 5, they want 6 months of bank statements showing that you have at least $700 US in the bank during each of those months. Note that this is different from the requirement for a single-entry visa, which only requires a single bank statement covering a single month showing a balance of $700 US. Now, if your bank is like mine, if you want 6 months worth of bank statements, you'll get them as 6 separate PDFs. You'll want to combine these into a single PDF for upload. One way to do this is to bring these PDFs into a Word or Pages file and then print that as a single PDF. Then you can upload this single PDF. Item 6 is your proof of accommodation. You just need to upload a hotel booking. You can make the booking directly with the hotel or through a booking service like hotels.com or booking.com. They don't require any particular length of stay, and the reservation can be refundable. Travel booking confirmation is your ticket to Thailand. For the multi-entry visa application that we're discussing now, this can be a one-way ticket, as suggested by the wording, travel booking confirmation of the first visit. So now we've completed items 4 through 7 for the multi-entry visa. Now let's take a look at the same items for the single-entry visa. Here are items 4 through 7 of the single-entry visa application. For item 4, upload your airline ticket. In the case of a single-entry tourist visa, I believe you're required to supply either a round-trip ticket or a one-way ticket to Thailand, plus another ticket showing that you're exiting Thailand before the expiration of your tourist visa. If someone has had a single-entry visa approved with a one-way ticket, please note this in the comments. For item 5, upload your hotel reservation. This can be a booking arranged through hotels.com or booking.com or arranged directly with the hotel. The length of stay isn't important. You can book for as little as 1 day. For item 6, upload a 1-month bank statement showing that you have at least $700 in your account for that month. For item 7, I uploaded my driver's license as proof that I'm a resident of the U.S. If you're applying for your visa from a country other than your home country, you want to provide proof of your residence in that country. You'd be much better off, however, applying for your visa from your home country. Since you're applying for your visa electronically, there should be little difficulty in filling out the application as if you're applying from your home country. Now, starting with item 8, the multiple entry application and the single entry application are the same. Item 8 says applicant is required to upload his or her passport pages which contain all travel records for the past 12 months, since the last international trip. It's this last phrase, since the last international trip, that I find confusing. Normally, since your last international trip, I wouldn't expect you'd have any passport stamps. Perhaps they're suggesting that you only need to include the stamps from your last international trip if it occurred during the last 12 months. But I think it's probably safest just to include all the stamps in your passport that you've gotten in the last 12 months. That's what I supplied, and that's fine. Now, the problem comes in if you have multiple pages of stamps and you need to upload them in a single file. So what I did is I combined them in a single pages file. You could do this with a Word file, and then I printed a PDF of that file and uploaded that. For item 9, they want proof of your residence in order to verify that you're applying to the right consulate. Just upload your driver's license for this. Item 10 may seem a little strange to you if you haven't done it before. What they want you to do is to hold the information and picture page of your passport underneath your head facing the camera, so the picture has both your face and the information page of your passport showing. Make sure both your face and your passport are clear in the picture. Click Save, and then click Done. Press the blue button to indicate that the information in the pop-up is correct. You'll get a message that your application has been successfully created. Now you can submit it. You'll be returned to the dashboard where you can manage your visa application. Click on the box to the left of the application that you submitted. Then click on the yellow rectangle in the upper right that says Proceed to Payment. Now you'll see the fee for your application. On the right-hand side, where it says Payment Info Summary, make sure that the information is correct, and then click the yellow rectangle that says Pay Now. Now you'll be shown a page that allows you to pay by credit card. Fill in the information and click Make Payment. You'll be taken back to the evisa dashboard where you'll see your application. Now, instead of saying pending payment, it should say processing. If there's a problem with your application, you'll get an email from the consulate describing what you need to do to fix the problem. My evisa was approved in less than 4 hours. I don't know if that's typical. You'll receive an email with the description of your evisa and the evisa document itself. That, of course, you'll want to print out and bring with you. Once you're notified that your visa has been approved, if you go back to the dashboard, you'll see that your application has moved into the status finished. Well, that wraps up this video on how to apply for the e-visa. I hope it was helpful to you. If it was, why don't you consider reading or listening to one of my novels? You'll find links to these in the description of the video. So good luck with your application and enjoy your trip to Thailand.